they have inspired cartoons. They have inspired films like Tokyo Drift. They have inspired that one sticker on the car that this is tuned and this is that freaking legacy, man.
So, do you have any funny challan story with a cop?
बॉम्बे में क्या ही तोड़ लोगे आप? सिग्नल तोड़ने के लिए ट्रैफिक का चलना भी तो जरूरी होता है ना.
Hello everyone and welcome back to Talking Cars with Kalakar, and today we have a special treat for all auto enthusiasts out there. Today we have Karan Kundrra, whose passion for cars and motorcycles has no bounds. From on-screen thrilling performances to adventures on wheels. Today's conversation is going to be a lot of fun. Let's go talk. Hi Karan.
Hey, what's up?
Thank you so much
How's
for
it going?
Good. Thank you so much for giving us the time and
Absolutely.
Nice cars.
Thank you.
So clearly we can call you a car enthusiast, automobile enthusiast, right?
I'm a anything on wheels enthusiast. And I think before I said ma or pa, I think I said car. That's what my dad proclaims. He's like, you've been about cars since you were a little child. Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. So clearly you have a unique collection of automobiles, right? So if you can just tell me why you chose each of them.
So growing up, we were never allowed to buy any two-wheelers.
Okay.
Yeah, so my parents, my mother's very, very close to me, and she's she's the Kiran Kher typical. मतलब अगर मैं यहाँ पे phone पे, she's in the States right now, तो मैं चीखूंगा ना, she'll be like, oh my God, क्या हो गया? Everybody's calling me, क्या हो गया? So we were never allowed to buy bikes. Never. But as growing up, boys are all about bikes and this and that, and my friends had Enfields and the Yamahas 350s, and I was like, yeah, मेरे पास नहीं है. So the moment I could actually buy something is when I bought this one. This was back in 2014.
Oh, nice.
And this is the denim white.
Correct.
It was a brand new color at that time. That's the only Harley I could afford actually at that time.
Okay.
And suddenly my dad, we have the same CAs.
Okay.
And my dad is like, यार तेरे account से इतने पैसे निकले हुए हैं, मतलब ऐसे Harley Davidson क्या हो रहा है, मतलब
पिटाई नहीं हुई ना?
बच गया. So they didn't even know that I got this one.
Okay.
But this was my first proper bike that I bought, and
still enjoy it.
I still, in fact, so it's a very simple bike. No ESP, no ABS,
correct.
And all of that. It's very simple.
Traction control.
No traction control, no nonsense bike. That one's sorry Ducati, but that's a nonsense bike. This one you can leave it for a month, nothing happens.
Correct.
Come back, correct starts.
Correct.
This one, if you don't ride it for a bit, this is like the girlfriend bike. You have to take care of her way more than you have to invest in your girlfriend.
And is this the carbon?
This is the carbon.
Okay.
It's the all black carbon edition Ducati Diavel.
Right.
So me and Ranvijay, we were driving around. This was after the first season of Roadie, so back in 2016 or something, and we crossed the Ducati showroom, which was on Linking Road.
On Linking Road,
Andarwala, which is now the Enfield showroom.
Correct.
And I saw the Diavel, and I was like, what on earth is that? And that was the red and black.
Okay.
I went in, they said, sir, it's 22 lakhs. And I was like, acha, theek hai, okay. See you. And that's when I decided that I really want this bike. I literally signed a show.
Okay.
So that I could buy this bike.
Good decision.
But I knew this bike was that, there's love at first sight.
It's a do-it-all motorcycle. Right?
This was like lust at first sight. I was like, ye red wala nahi chahiye. So they said there's a new one coming, which is the all black carbon edition.
Awesome. Now coming to the cars. And
So
the first thing I notice is you love customizing your cars.
Yes, I do. I do.
This is a wrap.
This is, yes, so this is a wrap and a PPF on top of it.
Okay.
In fact, this is, Transformers just released a few weeks ago. And guys at Viacom were like, listen, you're a car fan, maniac, and you're also a Transformer fan. So let us do this to your car.
Oh, that's awesome.
So they took my car and they did this. Before this, I had a peelable paint.
Okay.
And this is my main rider because I go to my shoots on this and all of this. In fact, I ली इसलिए थी because I remember I was shooting in Naigaon and it was raining like mad and the bridge was not operational that time. I was so tired because I had to literally take the train one day to Naigaon for shoot.
Okay.
And so I was so sick. I was like, I need a car which can, take care of this.
Correct.
And the only capable car at that time was the Discovery. The Discovery which had come. So I went to Land Rover. I said, this is a headache. And my focus is my work.
Correct.
Nothing should come in between my work.
Correct.
So I went to the Land Rover guys. I said, just give me the most capable off-roader that you have. So I researched the Discovery, and he's like, listen, the new Range Rover 2019 is coming. I said, I don't have the budget for that. He's like, आप एक बार देख लो. I still remember it was Ali at Navneet. So
Okay.
and so this was Navneet, and my BMW was also Navneet. So I already knew those people.
Correct.
So उसने सर एक just look at it once. You know, it's a brand new thing. It's got everything. I was like, नहीं है भाई कौन खरीदेगा? I just need it now. And he showed me the car, and I was like, okay.
खर्चा करना पड़ेगा.
Sold. तो वो जिस पर्पस के लिए लेनी थी वो तो हुआ नहीं, because this was the second car in India.
Okay.
Of this model.
Okay.
So it took 3 months to come.
Right.
And by the time it came, my show was over.
Right.
So then the purpose to get this one was over by that time.
And are they calling you right now to buy the Defender?
No, they have called me for the Defender. For me, Defender and Range Rover are pretty much the same.
Correct.
If I want to upgrade, I want to do the Vogue, the long wheelbase.
Correct.
Autobiography.
Yes, so luxurious as well.
Yeah, because that's what I'm saying. Because abhi Bombay mein, your drivers are driving, your chauffeurs are driving, your chauffeur driven. You would want to sort of have that feel as well.
Correct.
And Defender agar Punjab mein lenge.
This is anything but luxurious, right?
This, actually, before this interview, I've just come back from a road trip.
Correct.
I took this one. Again, another limited edition. This is the Sarge Green.
Correct.
Which is, I think, the 75th anniversary of Jeep.
Of Jeep.
Very comfortable.
Yeah.
If you've driven the Thar.
Yeah.
Okay, the खड़खड़ थड़ खड़कर मैं अभी इस पे ऑफ रोड करके आया हूँ और मैं I was so happy. I am actually happier. ठीक है, ये तो बहुत ही smooth है.
Correct.
But this is not bad.
Not bad.
This is not very comfortable.
Correct.
This is very
comfortable. Recently we got a red Rubicon for a test with a lift kit. So even that, it doesn't feel like top heavy or anything.
Nothing. No, it does sway a
little bit. Yeah,
like once you cross 120, 130,
Correct.
Especially this one with winds and everything, it does sway, but it comes back really quickly. So it's not like that thud. It's not जो हम पंजाबी में बोलते हैं ना टप्पे नहीं खाते. ये बहुत comfortable है. So this is actually very, very practical. I'll tell you what. So I had this one and I had the Mini.
Right.
Which is the JCW, the fully scooped up.
Even that is green?
That is black and red.
Black and red.
It's actually the opposite of this.
Okay.
So it's black and the roof is red.
Okay.
And it's the JCW and everything.
Nice.
So my parents came. And my family, like my dad flew in from Punjab, my mother and my sister flew in from the US. And तो उसमें क्या हो रहा था कि किसी को मिनी में बैठना नहीं था. ठीक है उसकी इट्स द मिनी कूपर
3 doors.
ठीक है,
सीट आगे
उसका सीट आगे करो, फिर उसके अंदर ऐसे घुसो, फिर ऐसे बैठो. एंड माय मदर इज लाइक आई विल रादर टेक द ऑटो बिकॉज़ आई घुस तो जाती हूँ, निकल नहीं पाती हूँ. माय डैड, एंड सो इट्स नॉट प्रैक्टिकल. दिस वन कभी सर्विस पे गई है, सो इट्स नॉट अ सेकंड कार, इट कैन बी अ थर्ड कार.
करेक्ट.
So I needed a car which was again practical.
Okay.
More seating than the Mini, and take her anywhere.
Correct.
Sort of a car. So I think once they started manufacturing it in India,
yes.
So iski cost jo hai dropped down to 10 lakhs. Now it's completely worth it.
Correct. Absolutely.
And the Sarge Green had just come in.
Correct.
So I was like, yep, this is the one.
So the wheels, did you order them before you got the car?
Yeah. I am one of those guys जो modification पहले मंगवा लेता है, because you have to. So these of course you get fake.
Correct.
Which are gonna ruin your car.
Correct.
If you have to get if you have to. See, again, it's your life at risk. So these are the fuel ones, and these come from Miami.
Okay.
The main their warehouse is in Miami. So it takes about 6 weeks.
Okay.
So same for the tires.
Same for the tires.
You can put Chinese tires and put your life at risk. But sorry, I'm anti-China. No, I'm not. But you can't take a risk with this, right? And I'm very, very happy. I just came from Lonavala. It's a very comfortable car. The grip was solid. Correct. The tires did not wobble at all. So before I put a down payment for the car, I'd already put a down payment for the wheels and the rest of the stuff. But trust me, once you go Rubicon or Wrangler, you don't want to drive any other car, especially even in Mumbai. You know the roads here.
Yeah.
And it's raining.
Correct.
And this is like Punjabi में बोलो जितने मर्जी ले जाओ.
Yeah, you can use the wading depth completely with
Absolutely, you don't worry about the depth.
Correct.
The depth worries about you. Like आ जाओ कोई नहीं. Even the people are like भाई इसका कोई भरोसा नहीं. Those irritating people. They also stay.
It's got that presence, right?
It's got a massive presence. It's a very safe car.
Awesome.
And it's got a massive amount of torque. It is abhi barish ho rahi thi. I went to the dam in Lonavala.
Okay.
And I saw this field and everything. It had a nice,
Climb.
like a climb, top of Lonavala. And I took her down.
Okay.
And this is slippery. So
Right.
that's where the tires came
The
in.
knobby tire, yeah.
And the torque was solid. It didn't even budge. Nothing happened. The departure angle
legendary,
is
right? Yeah.
is crazy. So and also very comfortable on the highway.
Correct.
Very except for the fuel mileage.
This is a turbo petrol.
This is a turbo petrol, and because of these wheels, it's about 4.2 kilometers per liter in the city. But abhi I was checking on my way back, it's 5.7.
Okay.
Which is not bad.
It's not bad. I mean,
Not bad. With the amount of
the driving
fun.
pleasure that you get with it.
Oof.
So,
Oof. This is, and the color.
yeah.
Yeah. Crush worthy.
Okay, Karan, do you want to go for a drive?
Yeah, absolutely.
Come, let's go.
Let's go.
There's
Let's
another
go
car
and
that we
talk.
have lined
Yeah.
up. Come.
It's
It's a very retro, yeah.
Yeah, of course, it's very retro. But there's an Ioniq 7.
6. This is the Ioniq 5.
That's
There's
what
a
I
6
said.
that
There's a
looks
6,
like
a coupe.
a Taycan.
Yeah. That
Kind
one.
of
They
that
haven't
one,
launched
yeah.
that in India. Eh?
No, not yet. So Karan, when did the love for automobiles start?
I think it's genetic.
Okay.
I don't remember, but I do remember that I was very happy whenever my dad would, take me out on a drive to his factory. I would sit on his lap and, pretend that I'm driving. And I've always been, you can call me a fanatic. Yeah, with vehicles and it's a love for every vehicle. Like even right now I'm checking out all the cars. It's not like ye mehengi nahi hai ya ye, this doesn't have the power of the torque. I just love, and I like to know about anything.
Right.
Everything. I sometimes, I'm looking at autos and I'm like, oh, there's a new interior for this auto. Oh, they've made it more comfortable. Nice.
So growing up, what's your first memory of, say, for example, which car did you learn driving in?
I was a full-fledged driver by the time I was in my 4th grade. Now my dad's gonna get into trouble for this, but so we had a family car of. So this was when Tata decided to get into passenger vehicles.
Right.
And they developed the platform. They've developed Tata Estate. They developed the Tata Sierra. And Sierra, of course,
correct.
It's so iconic. So we got the Estate.
Okay.
Back in, I think it was 93 or something.
Yeah, 93. Yeah, around then.
Around then.
Yeah.
And before that, we had the Japanese version of the Maruti 800. The first, the imports.
Yeah, SS80.
Yes, I didn't remember that.
Yeah.
And then we had a couple of those, and also we had the 207s, the Tata Mobile.
The pickup.
The pickups.
Yeah,
that,
yeah.
They would cover it and
correct.
so we used to do these
Canopy
karke. We used to do these trips to Mata Vaishno Devi.
Okay.
Or the hills and everything.
Right.
But yeah, so I've been. I think I tried to reverse my dad's Maruti 800. It was the blue one, and I banged it into the in Punjab we have these big iron things that you put wheat in. You store wheat in.
Correct.
And I banged the rear bumper into that. The entire grain was on the floor, and my dad was like, "I think we have a problem here. This guy's gonna be a problem." But yeah, as long as I remember, I was a good. There was this. The Tata 207 I was talking about.
Correct.
Not the 407. We had the 407 for the factory.
Oh.
Now the thing is, I wasn't very tall. So the 407, the clutch, accelerator, the pedals basically are way closer.
Correct.
So that's the only vehicle my feet would reach. Yeah. So before any of the cars, before my feet could reach the pedals on any of the cars, it was the 407.
Correct, because you sit on top.
Yeah, it's a little lorry, and you sit like this. So my feet would actually reach.
Oh wow.
And I was like, okay, isi mein seekhunga main. So actually, if you ask my mother, she was like, "Baap re, mera beta truck mein gaadi chalana seekh raha hai." So yeah, that's my history, man.
Oh,
I learned driving on a 407.
So growing up, did you ever have a dream car that you always wanted to own?
Dillagi was a film with Sunny Deol and
correct.
Bobby Deol and Urmila Matondkar. And so the younger brother Bobby Deol gets an E-class, the round, the round head tail lights, white as his birthday. And the elder brother, which is Sunny Deol, and Sunny Deol, I'm from Punjab, and my name is Sunny, my pet name is Sunny.
Oh.
So I'm like, why is Sunny Deol driving a Bolero looking car? And my cousin is like, bro, that's a Range Rover. You don't know what a Range Rover is. I'm like, no, but why is it so boxy and simple looking? But why is he giving the better car? He's like, no. Range Rovers is like the quad of cars. All men have to have Range Rovers. And that's when I was like, I want a Range Rover. And I made it happen back in 2018. So I've always wanted to have a Range Rover. And I've always wanted to have the Phantom. And I have to have it. Like, you have to have a Phantom.
So
you cannot not have a Phantom. You know?
When is what's your plan to get
I just bought a house. So I've realized cars are also, for me, it's you have to understand that when you achieve something in life is also the right time to get cars. Know, like a Rolls Royce is
Reward
not something.
Yourself,
it's also like, okay, so you've reached that stage.
Correct.
Now you deserve it. You know what I mean? So of course I can afford one now, but I really can't afford one now, because if you understand what I'm trying to say, like it's
you
not,
don't want to afford one. Right
I mean,
now.
like, theek hai yaar, matlab, if you're somewhere in life and then you step out of a Phantom, then they're like, oh. But if you're nowhere in life and you step out of a Phantom, they're like, kya kar raha hai Phantom mein? So I think I have to, like, so I think my life goals के साथ car goals करना पड़ेगा, otherwise it'll look odd.
Correct. So in your teenage years, do you have any memories of some road trips with your friend?
See, again, as I said, if I'm mad about cars, it's because of my dad. He has driven us from Manali to Kanyakumari in an 800.
Oh wow!
Yes.
So even he is crazy.
He's also about cars. And when I got the Wrangler, he was like, "That's a nice car." He loved the Mini as well. And then he's telling me, "Yaar, यहाँ हमारे time पे Morris होती थी." And my dad's 81.
Okay.
Right. So he has taken us to the length and breadth of this country in cars. Right. We've had road trips for one month. We've done. Mom's a Malayali, dad's a Punjabi.
Okay.
So I remember from Punjab, first we went to Manali. From there we came back to Punjab, went to Rajasthan, met my sisters in Ajmer. From there we went to Daman Diu.
Oh, wow.
From there when we Chittorgarh and all we did, then we went to Daman Diu, stayed there for a bit, came to Bombay, met stayed with my dad's best friend, started driving, went to Goa. From Goa, where he kept going, reached Kerala.
Crazy.
And then back.
So that was what 3,000, 4,000 kilometers.
That was almost 3,000 kilometers, and nobody complained, And so you understand now. You imagine sitting in a Maruti 800 and with 3 kids at the back, and my mother's also damn chill. I think best, mom and dad best. So it
comes from there, right?
Yeah. Once I remember my mom was like, I really miss you, and I took out my Endeavour. It was 5 in the evening here in Mumbai. Started driving, and 6:30 in the evening. Very next day I was in Jalandhar. Very next day, non-stop I drove.
You love driving, basically.
I loved driving and riding.
riding.
Yeah, and I think riding का जो शौक था वो मुझे thanks to Ranvijay.
Okay.
Because I joined roadies and then he's like, bro, do you ride? I said, I drive. He's like, come. And then this was so we rode from Ayodhya to Bhutan, literally till Bhutan.
Oh, wow.
And so
was this part of some
that was a show that we used to do for MTV called Roadies.
Right.
So driving and I also take the scenic route. I have also driven on the I-90 the Route 66 in the US.
And
I have also driven till the southernmost tip of the US, which is the Key West Islands, which is only 80 miles from Cuba. That point I've driven there also. But that's a much better.
So I was just going to ask you, which is your most memorable road trip that you've done? Like which road, which country, and on what? Which motorcycle or car?
Yes. So if you talk about motorcycles, Bhutan was the most beautiful, serene. It is just something else. They have these red-colored mountains everywhere. Correct. And then they have these little flags, which is out of respect for their elders. Yes. Silver-colored flags, and they're just going with the wind. It's like. It is just something else. By the sheer comfort of it, I think the Miami trip that I did, which I drove myself, was also. And we are in a family car. Okay. Right. It's the Toyota Sienna. Right. It's like a van. Family van with little kids and
very
everybody.
Comfortable, very spacious.
And I'm like, I'm suit to nahi kar raha hu isme. but it's fun. And so my brother-in-law, he finished his office. He's a doctor. My sister, my mother, everybody was working.
Right.
I was the only one who was there on a holiday. So I was like, everybody just get in. I start driving, and I'm not tired, right? So I kept driving, crossed Miami, and by the time these guys woke up, एक करके like कहाँ पहुँचा दिया इसने? And you have to cross the Everglades.
Correct.
Which is crocodile, alligator space, and it's a massive stretch of nothing, just road. You can't really construct there. The Everglades. It's almost 350 miles of a straight road. It's amazing, but also very boring.
Yeah. So now you learned driving really early. You said 4th grade. Right?
Yeah, I think.
Did you ever think about becoming a race driver or?
Who doesn't? Who doesn't?
Do you follow motorsport?
Amount of accidents I've done. I was a brat. Please, I can take my dad on video call and he will tell you every time. He was like, this son of mine, he's cost me so much. He would slyly take the best cars that I have. We would do drag racing and all of that nonsense we used to do. And once I went straight into the the roundabout and airbags open. He's like, every 4 months, 5 months, what are these boys up to? And very dangerous. I don't reckon. Now I look back, I'm like, what the hell?
Yeah, you always reflect back.
What the hell were we doing? But yeah, I mean, I think that was the era, man. The music systems,
correct.
The the modification had just come in. The
correct.
Alloy wheels, bigger tires. Those were the days. Correct. But no, I don't follow F1 too much.
Okay.
Like I'm more about the places. I was about to say that only when मैं बोलता बहुत हूँ. So
maybe that's a good thing.
Because it's about where you stop and eat, where you stop and take a look at
enjoy
where you are.
the journey.
Yeah, it's also about that. Because I have memories everywhere.
Correct.
And इस ढाबे पे ये खाया था, यहाँ पर ये हुआ था. That is for me a lot more important and lot more. I like
memories
that.
basically.
Yeah.
So nowadays everyone on the road because of the traffic, everyone is angry all the time. So how do you handle road rage?
I don't drive anymore. Again, see, living in Mumbai, we have to plan according to the traffic. Somebody says, okay, 9 a.m. meeting in town. I'll be like, I'm sorry, because I can't leave at 6 o'clock in the morning to attend a meeting at 9.
Correct.
So we know, being now been here for 14 years, I know when to leave and when to not leave. Most importantly, we know when to not leave. We know the traffic, the flows and everything.
Correct. So do you have any funny challan story with a cop? Maybe he was a fan, he stopped you.
Oh, I get saved a lot with the amount of modifications. No, Mumbai police is very, very good. They're very sweet people. Punjab police are like awesome. They're awesome, I'm telling you. They're crazy people. Strict is Chandigarh police. They are strict. You like मतलब मेरे को अपने बाप से इतना डर नहीं लगता जितना मुझे चंडीगढ़ में पुलिस से लगता है. Missed a few flights because Chandigarh was the only connection at that time, and they don't care. I mean, sir, flight and nope. Did you just jump the red light? Yes. So jump your flight now. But yeah, I think a lot of people now they recognize you. Correct. So they're like, अरे भाऊ, अरे बाबा, अच्छा है, जाओ करो. कोई ऐसे भी बॉम्बे में क्या ही तोड़ लोगे आप? सिग्नल तोड़ने के लिए ट्रैफिक का चलना भी तो जरूरी होता है ना. Oh yes, I'll tell you once. So I had that big light bar on top, and that was switched on. Right, and I entered Himachal Pradesh from some random from the Una Hoshiarpur road. Correct. It was like 2:30 in the morning, and that was on, and it was very good because you get. And this is not like the highway. I'm not disturbing any traffic. Correct. It was me alone in that road, and they stopped me because it was that. And they were like, "आपने ये light bar on करके रखी है." Like shit. And I was like, actually sir, कोई traffic था नहीं. अगर कोई गाड़ी आती तो obviously मैं बंद कर देता because it was very, I couldn't see much. Correct. They like नहीं इसका तो अभी चालान कटेगा, आपको 20,000 देना पड़ेगा. मैं कहा अभी रात को 2 बजे तो नहीं मैं 20,000 देने वाला. And then I think one of those guys recognized me. Like आप टीवी पे आते हो ना? मैंने कहा मुझे समझ में नहीं आ रही है, अगर मैंने हाँ बोल दिया तो ये 20,000 का 2 लाख ना हो जाए.
So which was your first car?
My own.
No, even before that, maybe your dad gave you.
So my dad never gave me a car.
Acha.
My dad is very simple, deserve and desire. He's like, kamao.
That's awesome.
I'll help you kamao, but you have to buy your own things.
Correct.
But my dad did get me a 2003 Skoda Octavia.
Oh, nice.
I still have it, by the way. It's a
Oh, you
20-year-old.
still have it?
Yes, that's my college car.
Okay. And Octavia was the thing back then. Right?
Octavia was like, because what did we have at that time? The Honda City, which was a brilliant car, but very outdated.
Yeah.
And solid. The Skoda Octavia, especially the CBUs, were solid cars.
Correct.
And with a mileage of 22 on a diesel.
Yeah.
That's all a college-going kid needs, because
They used to call the diesel what pum deuce.
Yeah, so I've had some nice memories. So we've had the Marutis, of course, then the Estate, then Zen, the ST, the Skoda. I bought the Lancer, Mitsubishi Lancer.
Lancer, yeah.
Yeah, the second generation.
So that time, late 90s, it was the Lancer, Cielo.
Yes.
Astra.
Cielo तो वो भैया ऐसा था कि या तो आप बहुत अमीर हो तो आप Cielo चलाओगे डायरेक्ट. Because it was a good car, but it was a guzzler.
Yeah.
It was a guzzler और बहुत कम माइलेज थी उसकी. And अभी आजकल मैं अपनी Wrangler को भी उसी के साथ कंपेयर करता हूँ. Because 4.8 is bad. Anyway, so I think the first car that I bought myself was the Lancer.
Okay.
Then the Endeavour. Since I started working as an actor, I think Endeavour was my first car. Then the BMW.
Right.
Then the Harley. Then the Ducati. Then the Rover. Then the Mini. Then the Wrangler. And what else do I have? इसके बीच में कोई गाड़ी भूल गया मैं, पर ठीक है.
बहुत सही है, भूल गया.
हाँ, भूल गया.
So if you want to design your dream car, what is that one feature you want to invent or you want in that car?
I think these days cars have all the features.
But you always feel कि ये होना चाहिए था maybe. Something weird.
So I think nowadays cars have everything, but I'm waiting for the next generation of the hybrids between drones and cars.
Drones.
Yeah.
Flying cars.
Flying cars. जो हम बचपन से देखे एक दिन flying cars होगा पता है 2002 में होगा पता है भाई 2022 में तो हो ही जाएगा. But I'm keeping a close check on what's going on.
Correct.
And whoa, 1 second, is that the Mustang? Yes. It's the Mustang. The V8.
Wow.
It's the GT.
Correct.
Yeah, nice
Lovely.
car.
But do you like low-slung sports cars?
I like all cars. I have phases. And yeah. So yeah, I'm keeping a proper check on what's happening with the flying cars, and I think Toyota has invested in a company. They're all set to start the flying taxis very soon. I think it's a fascinating and a fantastic approach towards
future mobility.
The future of mobility.
Yeah.
Especially in Mumbai. See, you have to understand what will happen with the prices of land value.
Correct.
You understand? Because right now land value is based on the principle of how accessible you are. So for example, if I am on the sea right now, so I'm paying a heavy amount to be living here. But 10 kilometers down the line, for example Vasai or Mira Road, which I can own a house, a piece of land.
Yeah.
But the only problem is it takes 2.5 hours to get from there to here. That is 10 times cheaper. But suddenly I have a air taxi. Which takes me there in less than 10 minutes. Understand what will happen to the land value.
Correct.
Real estate scenario will change the moment we get air taxis or flying cars or whatever, how you can put it. So it's going to be a big drift, not just for automobiles. Hello, I like what he's done.
Yeah?
Yeah. I like the color scheme.
It is the Type R.
It is the Type R, yeah. But I like the color scheme also, yeah.
Yeah, tastefully.
I think we've come at a very right time. all the South Bombay boys are coming out with their cars.
Correct. No, the way you were describing flying cars and everything, it just reminded me of this cartoon. I don't know if you remember. Jetsons.
Yeah, absolutely. See, that's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
I don't want to live in a building which is so congested. If I can live on a piece of land, if I can fly there in 20 minutes, I'll be more than happy. Please, jaldi se karo yaar, like flying cars. Come on, Toyota, you can do it.
I was actually coming to that, like, were there any cartoons or TV shows that maybe you used to watch which inspired you, which inspired also the cars you chose? If you remember, there was Speed Racer that used to come out.
Yeah. The number 4. Yeah, number 4 he had.
And the car used to like, quick.
Yeah. I remember Speed Racer. I remember, and also the Flintstones with their feet. But you know, I'm very fascinated with the entire Japanese tuner culture, how they started and how they finished themselves off. Yeah, the Supras and what iconic guys are. spending millions and millions in dollars on their cars and then racing on the death race and everything is mad.
Drifting around.
They have inspired cartoons. They have inspired films like Tokyo Drift. They have inspired that one sticker on the car that this is tuned and this is that freaking legacy, man. That is something. I was watching a documentary on them and they're all alive. Some of them. These are late 80s and 90s started doing this. The tuner cars. The entire that legacy with also the Supras and which one was the other? The
Skyline.
The Skylines. Yes. Very fascinating.
Planning to get one?
The Skyline?
Or even the Supra?
Not
there are quite a few actually in India.
Do you like the Supra? You mean the BMW?
No, not the
You
BMW.
mean the BMW, what is it, M3?
The Z4?
The Z4, sorry, the Z4 or the Supra?
Not the new one.
No, I like the Lexus LFA.
LFA, oh wow, the sound.
And even the LC with the
500?
LC
500H?
And 500H.
Yeah,
that's some tech. Yeah, come on, the biggest company on the planet decides to make the best supercar.
Correct.
And expensive.
Yeah.
And
they're losing money behind each car, the LFA.
Yeah, but legacy. And Yamaha is also a part of that. They also helped design the engine.
Correct.
Yamaha engines are like next level.
You are very well.
Yeah. Tolu galti se actor ban gaya. And because see, Yamaha understands how to make a good engine in a compact and light.
Free revving.
Yeah.
So have you driven in the UK?
I have. Yes, on the M25R.
Wales?
From London to Birmingham.
Okay.
It was the E-Class from 2004. Me and my best friend, he was in college. I was going to the States and I took a layover and he said, let's go to Birmingham. Or was it Manchester? Yes, it was Birmingham.
Okay.
And youngsters, he was in his college. He's my best friend, so he's my age. And we had this black E-Class, beautiful, sturdy, that leather smell and that old school leather and wood smell coming. Fantastic. Yeah, there was a feel to these old cars, the Jaguars, the E-Classes.
Correct.
That they had this particular wooden and leather feel and smell. I like that. Yeah. I think a lot of old school people still have that, feel of luxury when it comes to, and you smell that leather.
And especially even when Telco got the W124 for the first time, Mercedes. Yes. That was also became an icon. Even today people love those cars.
Yes. And my uncle used to have one in white. And at that time it was 23 lakhs. And we were talking about early 90s. Early 93 I think they had
93, 94
million.
Correct.
That time Tata was Telco. And the sturdiest cars ever.
Correct.
Sturdiest cars ever. And that shape. And then the S-Class also. Massive.
Yeah.
Massive. Now the new S7 series has that feel.
Correct.
It's a big, blunt.
I know it splits opinion, the design, but I personally love it.
I personally love it.
Yeah.
I love it. I especially like the illuminated kidney grill.
Correct.
Thoda kidney grill chota kar sakte hain, but I'm telling you, you will get used to it. You have to go absurd. And see again, their biggest market is China.
Yeah.
7 सीरीज सबसे ज़्यादा चाइना बिक रही है. चाइना वालों को चाहिए तो उनको
ब्लिंक चाहिए,
उनको ब्लिंक चाहिए, उनको और स्टेटस सिंबल चाहिए. But I really think that they've killed it with the 7 series, especially with the dual tone paint jobs.
Correct. So
cars have become so boring, haven't they? Cars have become very boring. They got to go back to the 70s and 80s, man, with the Impalas and the Mustangs and the Chevys. Crazy, not that crazy. 50s wali styling नहीं बोल रहा हूँ, बड़ी cars, but like all the ponies of the 70s and 80s and the
Firebird,
ooh, and they do. I think they discontinued. I think Dodge is now going all electric.
I think so. Everyone is planning to go all electric.
The Viper, no, Dodge का तो मतलब the Charger, the Viper, all electric.
What is happening?
Yeah, I might sound politically incorrect, but no.
कुछ तो रखो.
You gotta feel that muscle. Gotta feel that muscle there. That when you rev the engine, the car goes.
Correct.
Gotta have that. Absolutely. I like ZigWheels. I love ZigWheels. I follow you guys.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you so much.
My pleasure. Thank you for having me.
Yes.
Yes, please do. And if you want more auto content related to 2-wheelers, 4-wheelers, 6-wheelers, 18-wheelers, you know where to go. Everything. You know where to go. And just love your cars, man. Love your cars.